Hey, how's it going? My name's Matthew, aka EZBOT, and we're back with another live stream. Tonight we are going to make some Dub Techno. We're having a Dub Techno evening. That's what's going on. Usually this happens during the afternoon, but it's dark out. The house is actually quite quiet. All my instruments are routed and ready to go. And I feel like hearing some patterns repeat forever and ever and ever. We got a polysynth over on the left. You just saw that was the King KORG Neo. I actually had the Prophet 5 sitting over there a little bit earlier, and it's just too big. It's just too big of a synthesizer. Also, I can get a lot more sounds out of the King KORG. To pair with the King KORG, I added the analog heat plus effects. So I have some more effects. We have Warble on it at the moment, and great sounding effects box. I'm warming up the digital circuits, so to speak, running it through analog filters and analog distortion in stereo. And then, of course, we have, the classic Elektron triple threat, as I like to think of it. Digitakt II, Octatrack, currently running my new beta template, Hyper Effects template, meant for faster tempos, but we're going to try it out at much lower tempos. We're at 122 for this track. I started out at 115 originally with this simple pattern just to get myself started. I have like a muted kick drum, a very metallic sounding hat that I have playing just one beat with some reverb on it. I feel like this is a good bed to begin extracting the delicious layers of Dub Techno. I do also have the bassbot here for some analog 303 18 dB ladder filter sounding synthesizer sounds. Probably not acid sounds we'll be getting from here tonight, but maybe use it to grab a bass line, or maybe we'll just use single cycle waveforms on the Digitakt or the engines from the Syntakt. These are all great options for us. What I'm gonna do first is I plan to just capture a C minor chord. Most Dub Techno tracks are just a minor triad from what I'm hearing. Maybe there'll be a 7th or a 9th chord in there, but they're minor 7, minor 9s. That's pretty common. And maybe they go up to a major 7 or major 9 or something, back down to that minor, or maybe it's just two minors. Yeah, that sounds weird, just two minors. That was not what I meant to say. But yeah, so we're gonna grab a minor chord, kind of just open throttle type sound. Just this one, in fact, I think, for now. And the reason, and as you can hear, there's some distortion on it. We're going to be filtering it, modulating the filter in the Digitakt II, which is going to, I got two different things to modulate where the cameras go, which will give us the sounds that we're after, the dubby sound. So right now I just want to grab a synth chord into my Digitakt, and then I'll start doing the filter modulation, and then it will start sounding dub. And then we'll build a bass line and maybe finish one pattern, start another pattern. By then we'll almost be done. I do want to mention that this stream is sponsored by our lovely friends at Distrokid. Distrokid is an online music distribution service that will get your music to all the streaming platforms under one service for a very good price. We'll talk about that a little bit further into the stream. Back over here. So I'm just going to grab this chord. We're going to sample onto the Digitakt II. I also should say, hello, how's it going? There's some folks in the chat. It's an evening stream. I expect this to be a little bit slower in terms of the chat back and forth. Maybe just me also being slow because it's later in the day and my brain might be cooked a little bit deeper. But I will check in whenever I can. And thanks everybody for popping in that has popped in. You probably, I don't know what you're doing, putting your kids to bed or something weird. What's up, Foxbot? What's up, James Lemonade Maker? Levi, Jonathan, how's it going? And Fading Armageddon, what's up? And 510th. Evening crew, or early. Okay, I got you. Gigi, what's up? Cool. We got some folks popping in here. I'm ready to have a nice chill time. That's what I've been wanting to do. I got myself a new seat. It's a little bit more comfortable while I'm sitting here, so keeps my back up. which is really good for me because my back is awful. All right, let's begin the process. We're going to start sampling. We're going to sample inputs left and right. We are getting stereo output from the Analog Heat plus effects, and also the King KORG Neo is a stereo synthesizer. So you can see there's a little bit ground floor coming in there. That's fine. We can make more ground floor with this hiss that you can get from the Analog Heat plus effects. I didn't know about this hiss. We're gonna sample this hiss and use that. It's pretty cool. But let me grab this chord really quick, and then we're gonna turn it into a dub chord. So I'll just arm this and get my minor chord. We'll get another one. We'll get another octave. Maybe down another octave. Maybe this too. Cool. So this should get us started. We're going to start with one track of chords like this, and we're going to modulate them. But then we're also going to do this again. We're going to have layers of chords, and we're going to be using the delay like crazy on the Digitakt. Too bad we don't have multiple delays in the Digitakt. That'd be sick. This is where the Octatrack would actually shine for doing something like this, because I could have a delay just for one track of synth. I could have another track with its own delay timing so that they're doing this wonky delay stuff. We can kind of use LFOs to mimic that effect and get that same undulation, so to speak, as you would with multiple delays. I do also have delays in the King KORG Neo, and if I was advantageous enough, I could grab another MIDI cable and just route it over to my King KORG Neo or over to the Heat plus effects and capture the delays there and actually sample the delay in here, because it has a really nice delay as well. But it should be the same delay, as far as I know, as what's in the Digitakt. But really what I'm after is the multiple delay times. Maybe we'll do some resampling. I'm sure talking a lot, not doing a lot with this capture. Okay, let's have a listen really quick. So I wanted it to be really bright like this because I want to filter. I want the filter on the Digitakt. I want to try out the different filters and see how they sound on these more abrasive sounds. So I want to have the harmonic elements in these chords. So yes, we'll call them dub chords C minor. Dub chods? Good lord. Dub chords C minor. Cool. I'm gonna put these on 16, I think. And oh, okay, yeah. Put it on 16. Let's see what happens here. Cool. Let's maybe move this over and get that filter going. So let's pick a new filter, legacy filter. We don't care about that anymore. We're way beyond legacy filter. We're now in like these dope new filter modes. Low pass 4 has been my go-to. I really like the low pass 4 on the Digitakt II. You know, I really want to stop calling it the Digitakt II. It's the Digitakt. Can we agree to do that or something? Can we all just agree to call it the Digitakt and not Digitakt II? Maybe? Okay. Let's grab low pass 4. Go to my filter section and let's hear how this sounds with a little filtering. We really want to get like a bandpass filter, so maybe the other filter would be good, but we're going to do multiple of these chord arrangements, so you know, we'll figure it out as we go. Because I kind of wanted to do this thing where like I have this like this rhythm bed, and then we have the dub chords like doing their echo thing that they do, but like get like a rhythm of this chord like bouncing around here, and I already like what it's doing, so I'm cool with this. Maybe here. Nope. Digging it. So while I just jumped into the effects settings in my Digitakt II really quick to do a really quick adjustment. You know, I'm just changing the filters around a little bit, playing with the envelope, shortening the decay of the envelope. Those kind of movements are really useful for this type of sound. And these patterns are really nice. We can do some trig conditions with it later, but these patterns are really nice to have play for a long time. These kind of sounds, I feel like you don't get bored of them. These are the kind of sounds that when I'm writing this kind of music, I can take a break from the music and just let it keep playing and then do other things in my studio. And I love that. Not all music lends itself to that. Stuff that has a very song structure, it doesn't do that, right? You can get very annoyed. You're like, I've heard this song 1,000 times, but this isn't like that. This is like a journey. It's like this journey, and you can go get on the wagon and you can just ride the wagon as long as you want, you know? So I was adjusting my effects. I wanted to talk about that for a second because Dub Techno sounds are huge. The reverb is enormous. If only we had some sort of, or if only we had multiple kinds of reverbs in Digitakt II, and maybe that will come. That would be really cool. A shimmer would be awesome. So I wanted to expand my reverb so that it was big. I wanted my delay to be bigger. I wanted to do the dub, echo experience. So I had to go and make those adjustments. That's function and effects. And right now we're looking at my reverb. And I like to high pass the reverb a little bit more than Elektron does by default. I think that's where a lot of the mud comes from, because it's fun to soak sounds in reverb, but that's where those frequencies really start stacking and it can get kind of gross. And I think maybe, with you don't see this, but it's kind of hidden below here, but the filter on your reverbs, it's already very engaged. They have it down to 95. That's a significant cut to your high end and your reverb, but I do think that is appropriate for dub techno. So I don't really mind that, but in a lot of other genres and styles of music, I like to have my reverb shimmer, and it doesn't happen here. We don't have diffusion in the Digitakt II, so that's different too. Diffusion would be a really nice quality. But we've adjusted the reverb. I have the pre-delay set at its default amount, but I've brought the decay up over 100. So when I want to add some reverb, it's just going to blanket the whole track, which is what we want to just fill the void with. I don't even know what to call it. This blanket, I guess. Sound blanket. And that's kind of the goal here. Next, I'm going over to my delay. This is already, you can see I've already made some of these adjustments. I want a little more high pass filter, as I was saying before with the reverb. I think that's important with the delay as well. And I have ping pong engaged here and the width turned up. And if you turn the width up a lot, the pings from your delay, they go very, very hard left, hard right. And I find that you lose sense of the rhythm when it's bouncing hard left, hard right. The echoes are too hard to discern. They don't feel as real, or they don't feel like an echo. It takes away the delay sense of it. It just sounds like panning. So it's kind of good to keep the width, I think, in a medium zone. And I find that to be pretty effective. Bring the feedback, of course, up as high as I can before it starts feeding back. And that is any value below 90 will do you good. Right now I have the reverb also, the delay tank being sent into the reverb. Not necessary. I don't know why that's engaged. It's not going to affect me in any negative light or anything. It's not going to affect this track poorly, but it wasn't my intention. I do have the dotted eighth note delay right now, and I think that that's going to work all right for me. So I'm going to continue with that and see what happens. Okay, let's expand this out a little bit. Right now my pattern is set to be 8 bars long. I think with the new 8 pages that we have in the Digitakt, it's not even a bad idea to start working in 32 bar or 16 bar workflow as opposed to the 8 bar workflow that 128 presents you with. Because why not? I don't need a 16-step resolution on the sequencer. I do think an 8th note resolution on some of the tracks is just fine. But now we have 16th notes across 128 steps. We could even have this go down to 30-second notes and really get quite granular with our compositions on the step sequencer. Not great for this genre. We don't need things to be moving that quickly, but something to think about with the Digitakt II, I think. Something to think about, I think. That's how I like to talk. What's going on, everybody? Calderwood, good to see ya. Dallas House Music, welcome to the evening Dub Techno stream. Okay, we'll start with 32 bars and work our way from there. I'm just gonna change something out here, maybe add a trig condition. There we go. I don't want this to do that as often as it's doing it, so I'm gonna fix that. Let's use a trig condition for that. Oh, that's the probability. I just love that we have, you know, they split these out. Now we have access to doing all three of these parameters at once. That's a big deal, I think. Let's see, we'll do 4 out of 4. Because we're gonna do this a lot. We're gonna do it with a bunch of different chords. You could even see what this sounds like if we modulate it up or down. Let's check this out. What note do we have in here so far? We have an A sharp. We want a C, a D sharp, and an E. So let's find that. We'll leave the A sharp in there, but let's get a C. Get a D sharp. I kind of want to get something that moves a little bit quicker, something like a little bit more tappy sounds going. We've got some really simple stuff, but Dub Techno is very simple. I also do plan on grabbing some vocal samples because this guy right here has a vocoder, and it's really easy to use, fortunately. Yeah, we'll get over there and we'll get some of those sounds here in a little bit, but I'm gonna go over here and panning. I think I want these going to the delay. Oh. Wait a second. That's a little bouncy with that kick at that in that moment there. Okay, I do want to get like something clicky, as I said before, and I need to test something really quick. I'm on pattern 8, I'm on bank 3, pattern 8, and I need to go from bank 1, pattern 1, let's just copy this whole pattern, bank 3, pattern 8, paste that pattern, here we go. There we go. Okay. Let's get some clicky sounds. I'm going to go to 5 for this, and then we'll get some more chords. More chords. Cameras. Yes, sorry. Too many cameras. It's because I need to integrate that camera into my Steam Deck, Stream Deck, so that it selects that camera along with the scene. Right now it's in a video switcher, so it's just a temporary thing at the moment. Let's get some like clicks. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's... Yes. Oh, yes. Okay. kind of want some more like clicky sounds still. Modulate that filter a little bit so this dances a little bit more. We'll do a triangle. Slow that way down. Actually, it might be nice to do like a random. That sounds good. That's a cool sound in the back. Now I need some something like an eerie Boards of Canada type sound come in. Why is that doing that? Put a LFO to the tune below 30, otherwise it will just be lame. Yes. 128 steps. Oh, yeah. Wait a sec, what? Man. Let's try that again. How is that on all the pages still? You can just listen to this stuff forever. This little clicky sound, I kind of want it to be a little bit more clicky. I'm sure you give it like a short delay. Let's jump over to the vocoder for a second. Got this thing in a bad position. Alright, we're back. Cool. That vocoder scared my dog? Did my dog, could you see my dog? I have the best dog. Alright. Vocals. Put you on 15, son. Let's go. Thank you. Oh yeah. Let's try this one. Okay. Wait, we like this P-lock. P-lock it to the moon. Filter. Give me some of that. Have that play once every 16 bars. All right. I'm gonna listen to a reference for a second, because this is what I like to do when I'm writing music. Okay. It'd be kind of cool to actually send the pitch of this vocal into hell. Send it to hell. Let's grab the pitch. Trig mode. Real slow like. Let's just hear it. Oh, it's got like does the dub siren a little bit. Because I was going positive, I wasn't even thinking about that. Cool. Yeah, maybe just a little bit. I think this one's a little loud. There we go. Alright, we're gonna do our actual hats, for like our big energy change in this like dub techno track is gonna be a hat. Honestly. I'm just gonna do a simple hat, just not that's not a hat, but not that I don't like that, but it sounds a little weird. That sounds real nice right there, but yeah. I'm like actually don't know how in love with this. I liked some of these notes over here, but I don't think I like that part. That maybe just or even just I like that one a lot. I want to give that even more delay. That's nice. I gave it a little longer trig length and increased increased the attack a lot more. So now we just have these like little ski slope sounds. I think I want to do a little bit more with the vocals that I have. Where are they? 15, I think? No. That one chord change, I love that. I love that little chord bounce. I don't know if I'm liking any of this over here. I think just the one note. Just this note. That's the only one I like. Beat it. We'll just keep that one note, I guess. Why are we not hearing that? Oh. I feel like we need another chord sound. Okay, more sounds. No one knows what I'm laughing at, and I'll never tell you. Okay, more dubby chord goodness. Dub chords too. C minor. You go to number 15. Should I keep this bass line? This bass line's... I don't know. I think we need to rework the bass line. If I even need a bass line like this at all. Could just be like 2 notes. 13? Oh, God, yeah. Nasty. Oh, that's nasty. Oh. How freaking dreamy. Let's like repitch it. What? Maybe it needs to... Let's jump over to that. Get those drums up a little bit. I wish I could. I don't know if there's MIDI to the bass bot. This one. I mean, there's MIDI to it for sure, but I don't know if there's MIDI CCs to adjust the filter cutoff and accent like there is with the TB03. But this does just sound more analog, and I really do like that sound more when I can get it. The house is so dirty. What happens in this room? Okay. What was I doing? Maybe this would be the beginning of the next track and just like a momentary thing that just kind of happens here for a moment. Okay, before we do this even, I'm going back over to this bass line. I'm erasing it. I need to listen to the reference track. I'm confusing myself. Yeah, I think like just like two is enough. It's simple. It's really important. We got a cool little rhythm with it. There's a couple movements in the bass that feels really good. There's a couple spots that are a little rough right now. That's not right. I want it to go. Oh, dun, dun, do, dun, do, dun, dun. Actually does a pretty good job with that. I think it should go dun, dun. That should be in the first one. Did I screw that up? That's fun. I've just decided I don't like the bass. Again, maybe I just need to change the notes. For now, I'm just gonna mute it. That. Yeah, it's like it sounds better without a bass line in it, so I think maybe the bass line just that needs to go. Okay, we had some more chords that we got. So let's do it. Let's play with it. What? Wrong track. 128. This actually could be a cool one to just like let play all the way through. Like, and just keep the trig doing its thing for 128 steps, and use a filter modulation to slowly bring it in and out, and bring it at 1x and bring the speed down. Just kind of see what happens. I think that sounds pretty nice. Above the trees, no bass lines in dub techno. It's funny. I mean, it's funny that you would say that because I think that is just naturally... That is naturally what I'm experiencing right now. Because I feel like I'm trying my best to stay within what is just generally considered dub techno. And I feel like I'm doing that. I feel like I'm accomplishing that goal. It sounds very similarly to the reference tracks that I've been using. I've referenced about 10 tracks during this stream. That's what I do when I'm grabbing this mouse. I'm jumping to different dub techno tracks in YouTube and just referencing sounds and getting ideas and listening to rhythms and seeing if I'm still getting that same feeling. The bass line, I could tell, was really taking that feeling away, that was just robbing this track. And now when I have that gone, and now that I have this pad, and I think this is kind of the, it's not the finale because I want to keep working on this and maybe get a second pattern going. But I feel like I'm at this place that really encompasses what I consider a dub techno track. Matt, you once mentioned a producer named Basic who mixes two analog rhythms, but that is the worst name to Google successfully. Where can I find this music or videos? It's B-A-S-E-C-K. That's how you Google Basic. It's all about the static vibe. I can get behind that. That pad is feeling repetitive already, and that's not what I want that to do. So maybe it shouldn't happen so much. What's up? I also feel like you could use a little pitch modulation. Some pitch modulation on it would be good on this pad, just to give it some like more warble. That's nice. Kind of sink it into the background. Oh yeah. Like that. Very like telepop music to me. I just want to get that little sound. Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to get that sound. Like, let's cook some sounds up on the heat plus effects. Let's get its delay going. Yeah, we'll delay. Take me in. What else do we got? How about the reverb? That could be really nice. Ooh. So we could like reverse that or something? Trim, trim, trim. Alright, let's go dub pad. I don't know what I played. I don't know what chord that was. This doesn't really matter. 12. That's nice. Just a little, just that. Throw that every once in a while. That's all I needed. I think this needs to not happen all the time. give it a play on 2 of 2. Yeah. Do we need some more? What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Hope you're enjoying the Dub Techno stream. I was feeling the Dub Techno vibe. Let me scroll up here. There's been a lot of dialogue going on. Good evening, people. Hola, Snug. The only issue is I keep spending money on Elektron devices. Love from Australia, huh? I feel ya. Got my modular rig out for the first time in a year and couldn't make anything. Think it's time to sell all my stuff and get a push 3. I don't know about that one. Don't know about that one. I'm not sure about selling all your stuff and getting a push 3. If you're still in the chat, J Party, I'd have a conversation with you about that. So, for one, for you to enjoy your push 3, you have to have Ableton, but not just Ableton. You should have Ableton Suite to really get the most out of a push 3. Second, the push 3 is not this experience. It's not a modular experience. It is Ableton that you can take away from your main desktop computer sometimes and have some interaction with in that device. MPE control, stuff like that. It's a really cool device. I have one. I'm never going to part with it. I love it. In fact, I'm working on implementing it into my main workflow. That being said, I wouldn't get rid of my stuff and use it. I think it's something that if you're an Ableton user, hardcore Ableton user, push 3 is perfect for you. Just perfect. But if you dabble in Ableton and dabble in hardware, you're going to lose that experience of the hardware with just the push 3. I really do feel that way. I think you should hold on some of your modular, keep a little bit of it, sell some of it. Buy like a Digitakt or something. Have a great time. Easy fun. Easy fun. Like literally easy fun. Not EZBOT. Like easy fun. Just simple fun. Sample. Program this really fun, easy sequencer. 16 programmable slots, at least on Digitakt 1. Probably more on Digitakt 2. Just a good time. You ever use the Analog Rhythm Mark II? I don't own an Analog Rhythm Mark II. I own an Analog Rhythm Mark I. And I love it. I love my Analog Rhythm Mark I. I'm just, what am I going to do? How do you play with everything? How do you play with everything? And if I could, I can own a Mark II. If I had the inclination to own a Mark II, I would consider it. I guess that's what the inclination would be me considering it. So that makes no sense. I don't intend on buying a Mark II. I think my Mark I does the trick, but I would like one if it was an easy trade. Let's put it that way. Finally, my music on this channel, Above the Trees. Oh, yes. Thanks for the tips, Above the Trees. You must be a Dub Techno producer. I guess if stuff is likely to appreciate and value, it's worth hanging on to. Oh, so you guys are talking about the getting rid of the synthesizers. I understand. Learning how after adding that little bass line, it felt a lot more dancey. It sure did, and that's not what we want. This isn't supposed to be, and less groovy. Yeah, we're going back to when I had the bass line in there. Maybe I use the maybe I write like kind of like a C minor 7, C minor 9 chord line on the 303 higher pitch, and we throw that, filter the crap out of it through the Syntakt analog filter effects track and delays and reverbs on that, and that could be really cool. We could do a bandpass there. We'll get that dubby vibe from the bandpass and the analog filter. Or we can, try and bandpass it. We'll end up with a high notch on an emphasis at the filter cutoff on a high pass filter, most likely. Unless I'm forgetting. What kind of filter types can we do? Oh, we do have a bandpass. Yeah, we'll just use the bandpass. Yeah. Let's do that, but in a second. Let's do that in a second. Like that was some idea. I don't know. Ethereal feels simple stuff and grooves. Yes. How do you transition in this style? I think you just slow down, and by slow down, I mean slow down how many elements are playing and just just go down, 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 down until there's very little left, and maybe it's just that chord, and then you just move over to your new track. And I plan on this pattern. I think it sounds good. I think it sounds good at this tempo. This is 122. Like I said at the beginning, I started at 115. I tap tempoed the tempo to a bunch of reference tracks, and they were all 120 to 130. And I was like, I thought dub was 110 to... I thought dub was the slow techno. But apparently, it's not. So, I don't know. I noticed dub techno is finally having a resurgence this year. Thank God. That's nice. It runs through a low pass filter. Yeah, the low pass filter really did a number on it in a positive way. Maybe alongside the new Ableton Move, it could be a more complete system. Do we know what Ableton Move is? Speculation. I wish I had a little button. It was like, dude, speculation. Let's talk about stuff we have no idea what we're talking about, but let's just speculate. I speculate that Ableton Push Move is some sort of hardware, battery-powered device that is Ableton Note, but in a little box. Something like that. Because all of Ableton's stuff works together. All of their stuff, right? The Push 3, you can go standalone, but then you connect to the computer, it connects with Ableton. The Push 3 not controller requires Ableton. Ableton Note uploads directly to your Ableton projects. It's on your phone, goes straight into Ableton. Max hosts in Ableton. Makes sense that Ableton Move would be something like that. Wild speculation. Agree. I think it's movable faders. No way. Really? That's what you think? That would be sick. I think. All right, let's do the idea with the bassline. Going back over here, we want the notes to start. Damn it. Ridiculous. Oh my god. What have I done? Oh. Where did I put that in? I thought I changed it. I feel like it needs to be like some sort of like go. Oh my gosh. want it like some sort of glassy piano sound. My Syntakt is wigging out. That is not right. I don't know what I did to it. Let's just try. Let's just turn it on and off. But no glitches. That I should turn down the lighting in the studio? We can. You want to see? You want to get emo? Wait, where's my little... Put this... Get a little warm glow going. Looks like it's working now. Oh, we need the light on. Too dark. Oh no. Where are we? Bank 3, pattern 8. Wait, for real? I guess we really didn't have anything on here worth saving. But I thought I saved this. That's it. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Are the chord samples on the DT2 or for Psy? I think you mean, are they on the Digitakt II or are they using the synth engine on the Syntakt? And they are on the Digitakt II. They are being sampled from this guy here. This is the King KORG Neo digital virtual analog PCM. This is like your best friend if you want to make 90s house techno drum and bass, because it just has all the classic 90s sounds in it. Some powerful modulation sources. It actually has virtual patch cables in it. So you can, it has a robust mod matrix, let me put it at that. And it's got a vocoder, which works pretty well. I have paired it with the analog heat plus effects because, you know, it's a digital synth that sounds very digital. And this unit, as its name implies, warms signals quite a bit. So once it passes through there, it sounds pretty good. That's being run over to a Key Largo radial mixer, and that's going into my Digitakt II. So everything sampled into the Digitakt II. Bassbot is running into the Syntakt. We're going into the effects track, ducking it, and also applying a bandpass filter and some reverb and delay. I sampled multiple progressions of synthesis from the King KORG Neo into the Digitakt II to create this pattern. It's some vocoder recordings, it's like 3 pads, and some stuff that I turned into stabs with a lot of echo, because that's the Dub Techno way. And really simple drum patterns, 4 on the floor, and on the 8th bar, I moved the kicks around a little bit just to add a little bit of motion. I'm sure I could do a lot more with this kick pattern. Could be kind of cool to even have it, you know, jump into something like this. Let me see, let's just loop that for a second. Actually, that sounds almost better than just the 4 on the floor. That's kind of cool. Maybe we should take advantage of that. Let me see. That's nice. A little bit more rhythm to it. Pretty simple stuff. You can see my my M8's it's doing stuff because the Octatrack's telling it to play along with us. There's nothing in it. We have the Deluge over here, which this is you can hear some sound design from the Deluge that I did. That's all in the Deluge. That thing sound crazy? Wavetables. I mean, wavetables are the best. That's all I need. I was thinking about even getting one of those vector synths, because it just seems like a great sound design palace. You know what I mean? Like, you just go in there and just lose yourself. Also, granular stuff. A granular synth would be a really good idea for me. I am really missing that. Before we continue our track, and we are going to continue this track a little bit further, I'm going to duplicate it and make a variation of it really quickly. We do need to do our Distrokid sponsorship, which means you got to bear with me while we talk about some cool stuff on Distrokid. I believe it's right here. Bam! Distrokid. All right, so again, these streams are sponsored by Distrokid. We're very grateful to Distrokid for sponsoring these streams, and what I like to do with those sponsorships is share a little bit about what Distrokid is doing right now. And I have albums on Distrokid. This is one of my Distrokid accounts we're looking at here, and this has got some stats right now saying the plays that a couple of the albums that we've put on my Distrokid account. But what I want to talk about particularly on Distrokid is building. Distrokid works with this company called Bandzoogle, and Bandzoogle is a website building platform that is very easy to use and has very good results very quickly. So if you're not a web developer, you're not interested in web development, but you want to have a professional web page for your artist, for you as an artist, this is a good option. And I'll give you an example of a website that I've built for myself, and it's very similar to what you can build on Bandzoogle. So it's an all-in-one website builder, great for getting everything done. I mean, I prefer all-in-one platforms like Distrokid is an all-in-one platform for distributing your music out and promoting yourself. This is a similar experience. This your website will do that as well. You can promote your music, sell directly to fans. It has templates just like Squarespace. If you're familiar with Squarespace, you can just use templates. They all look nice. And so here's some examples of some stuff people have done. And this is how it looks on the phone, which is really nice. These are very professional photographs. Maybe we won't all have these great professional photographs with this amazing color grade, but maybe you will. Customize it in minutes. So it says, I believe that it would take you hours to customize it, but I think it's worth it because I customized mine over years. So let me show you my website really quick. This is the EZBOT website. So here you can learn about who I am, what kind of inspires me, some images of me performing, links to see like my accreditations, a certified trainer, YouTube channel, teaching lessons, Discord community, my Patreon, get my templates, visit my web store, all that kind of stuff. Join the Discord, book lessons, all right up front on my website. And that's something that you should do if you look to do anything like what I provide as a educator and artist. I provide lessons. And this is where you get them. You just hit this button and you can book lessons. It just takes you straight here and you can pick these slots and they show you my calendar and everything. It's a really awesome experience and very easy. And Bandzoogle offers a similar experience to this where you can also run everything through Stripe and PayPal when people want to buy your merch, music, and or book with you. I imagine you could also do it with Bandzoogle. So that's going to be it for our sponsorship. Thank you, Distrokid, for sponsoring these streams one more time. Getting back over to our track. Always lose viewers during the sponsorships, but I don't blame them. It's hard. It's hard to sit through a minute of stuff you're not interested in sometimes, but I think it actually is really useful stuff to take a look at. I would also bring up a bunch of shows. There are shows coming up. There's a show in Portland coming up, and there's a Modbang show in Portland coming up, and a Modbang show in Seattle coming up. The Modbang show in Seattle is on the 29th, if you're interested. I don't have a graphic to share because we haven't made the poster yet, but that will be cool. If you really want to get into sound design, interesting design, get into Waldorf. I am not going to get into Waldorf, I don't think. I think there are other alternatives to using Waldorf synthesizers. I worked at a synth shop for 5 years, and I have made demo videos of hundreds of synthesizers and tutorials on hundreds of synthesizers. And I have a deep relationship with synthesis, I would say. And I know brands very well. And I do like Waldorf, and I think they make great synthesizers. And I think their sound is awesome because they are focused on wavetable synthesis. And that's got the most sound potential. It's like an FM synth, but easier. That's how I consider wavetable synthesis. But I think if I get a new synth for the table, which would, like the King KORG Neo, doesn't really fall into the category of synthesizers that I would pick up generally for myself. I happen to get one because I work with KORG. Not for KORG, but I work alongside KORG and help them through their endeavors from time to time. And I traded some work for a synthesizer. And I like this because I had a lot of filter options, has the ladder filter emulation in it, MS-20 emulation, and it has the vocoder. So there's just a ton of, it has all the PCM and waveforms, and it has wavetables. So it has so much sound design in it, but it has this very digital sound regardless that you can't get away from. And you can't get away from a digital sound with a digital synthesizer, but that doesn't mean that a synthesizer has to sound digital. That doesn't need to be the adjective that describes a synth. And I do think that that adjective, for the most part, describes this synthesizer. And that can be a really good thing if that's what you're after. If you're looking for that 90s sound, this is really great for that. I personally like these really warm, juicy, Moog, sequential sound. I also like the polyvox filter sound, and I like lush analog sounds for certain kinds of tones, and I prefer them to literally be analog synthesizers, like a Prophet 5. Like any of the Prophet line would do fine. Any of the the Kawaii synths, the analog ones, those ones sound great. Roland Jupiters, the analog stuff, the Junos, they all sound fantastic, and I would prefer to have them in their analog format because for certain tones, that's really what I'm after. But when it comes to making wild sound design, like the gritty, cool stuff, you want the digital synths for that. That's where microwave, blow-filled stuff, quantum, a lot of the Waldorf stuff, but also Hydrasynth comes into play, and even the Melbourne Nina, and the Vector synth, and the new Delia synth by Melbourne as well. I also have considered that one. Those ones I think have a lot of rich sound design potential. The Waldorf synthesizers, the large Waldorf keyboard synthesizers, are very expensive, very large, and I'm not interested in something too big right now because my Prophet 5 is already too big and I have limited space in my studio. So everything for me is also about like what can they pack into a smaller package. So I've considered getting like a TE-05 for that analog sound so that I don't have to reach for the giant Prophet 5, have some effects, more modulation, different sound, very similar sound, very warm analog sound. Get those synth wavy Boards of Canada type stuff very easily from that synthesizer. But I'm also considering like a Delia or whatever it is, so that I have wavetable synthesis in a smaller form factor, or a Hydrasynth. And a Hydrasynth, for whatever reason, I'm having such a hard time convincing myself to purchase. They're so affordable. They sound so good. They're built so great. They have one of the former members of Elektron running one of the main people at the company. I don't know why I can't just bite the bullet and buy that synth. For some reason, it's like falling into this category of like I've played on it too much. It was so popular when it came out, and I had to talk about it so much at the synth shop when I worked there that I kind of like lost my excitement for it. But I think that might be the intelligent move, maybe, or a Novation Peak. But I think the Peak gives you those really warm, juicy sounds too. That was my monologue on synthesis. If you're interested, you can rewatch that later. Waldorf Wave is a dream. Waldorf Nave is $20 on iPad and it's primo. I should have guessed. It's Ryan, aka Rob Art. Why you gotta have so many names be your name? Ryan. Yeah. The iPad tunes. I don't think that's gonna happen for me. And you do such a good job. If anybody doesn't know, check out Rob Art's music. Fantastic sound designer, producer. Uses a lot of iPad apps to do stuff. Really sounds good. I'm neat. Incognito. That's cool. That's cool. And your tunes are good too. But I don't see myself using an iPad. Alright, let's see what happens when we copy this pattern and go to the next one. Copy, copy, copy. Oh man, I already have a pattern there? It's got a house track over there. What happens here? All right, let's copy this pattern. Copy, copy, copy. Go to this one. paste, 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 paste. Go back to this one. Clear, clear. I guess I don't have to clear that. Go here, copy. Copy, go here, and paste, paste, paste. Go in here, remove that. All right, now we can like change out a kick drum or open up the filter on that kick drum. Gonna move this to a new sound. Oh, this sucked. All right, let me use my reference track again. Reference tracks. It's a whole bunch of tracks. Oh, they're so good. These reference tracks are so good. All right, we'll put in like a little. Let's get to the clap. Definitely not that sound. Okay, pattern one. Thank you. Have a good night. Pattern two so far. Still needs some work, but we're pretty close, I think. is it? Where did I put it? It's not on here at all. Once again, I'm not using my Syntakt at all. I really want this to modulate. Cool. All right. Super sick. I think we did it. I think we made a Dub Techno track. Yeah, I like it a lot. I like this first pattern. The second one's nice too. This one needs more work, but it's definitely higher energy. But I think it's good for the Dub Techno. We can have that first pattern. We play that one for a long time, you know? Slowly bring those elements in, play with filters, play with delays and reverbs as we're doing that process. Play with this synth live. It's a good way to do it. Record this all into Bitwig or Ableton and master it there. And got our first part to just get us going here. It's a little louder than I want it to be, but I think it turned out really good. Thank you everybody for hanging out and joining in the stream. I know it's an evening stream. This is unusual for me, but really wanted to get that done because I am very busy tomorrow. So I'm gonna let y'all go. I'll play this for just a little bit longer. If you'd like to support this channel, you can visit patreon.com/EZBOT and sign up for the Patreon. It's a really good time. I have lots of wonderful Octatrack rewards, Digitakt rewards, and tutorials on all sorts of stuff. And the community there is very fun, and I invite you to hang out. Otherwise, the Discord is also a great place. Another way of supporting this channel is just to leave a nice comment or give a like to the video. If you're interested in private lessons, I love to teach, and I'm available to teach, and there's a link to that in the comment section below. So if you want to learn any of these Elektron boxes, the Deluge, the M8 tracker, Boolean tracker, Bitwig, all that stuff, this is all I do all day long, and I'm available to help you out. You know, kick up the gears and get you going a little bit quicker. My name is Matthew, aka EZBOT. I'll see you on the next stream. Everybody, have a great night. Send you out with a little video synthesis. Here's a nice patch for it. Or at least I thought. Never know. I don't know why it fades to black like that. Whoa! Modulation's out of control on this thing. Have a good night, everybody.